So many people that I have spoken to up until now about this project have been like, you have to talk to you. Seriously, practically every person
Wow.
and I was like, okay, yes, let me get straight to her if I can. So thank you so much. I know you're very busy.
Well, you too.
Well, I mean,
Everybody.
yes, we're all doing what we can. But I would love to talk to you just about your artistry and your creativity, your craft. I'm specifically really interested in your latest project. I know you have several going on, but Hija del Camino. I would love to hear more about that. And I mean, how long did it take you to write it, and kind of what inspired it? Can you tell us a little bit about the book and what's come of it?
Well, I didn't have too much time to write it, so more or less 2 months. And then I had time to the correction, because I had a lot of mistakes in 2 months, and I had my job also, which is very important because to write, you need to have the privilege to have time. But I have my job. I work as a TV reporter and I travel around Spain. So I travel and then I came back to my table to write, and it was like, what have I done before? I didn't remember what I have done before, so I need to read again everything to rewrite again. So 2 months, but it wasn't easy, not only for the time, but because I was afraid. It was like it would be impossible to do it. My first novel, so for me I thought that I can't do it. I won't be able to do it. So I always said that for me to write Hija del Camino is like to be naked, but not only because it's not my biography, but that's true. There are a lot of things that are from my life, but from our lives, as a people who were born here in Spain. Our lives were very similar in some points, but it's not only my life, but I felt naked.
Yeah.
But because when I read the book, I know when I am completely blocked, when I am completely with fear, when I am comfortable. So, and as a Black woman who were born here and grew up here in Spain, we always hide these kind of things because we need to be strong. So for me, it was like my relationship with my second book is like, okay, I love you because you give me a lot of things so good. Like, it's going to be the first Netflix series with main character blacks, but also I feel like very naked, and for me it's not easy.
Yes.
It's like sometimes, but it's normal also because it was my second book, but my first novel book, because the first one came from interview to woman, so it's different. It's more journalistic. But I'm a journalist, so okay, it's different. But this was like, okay, this part of the book is my life. This part of the book, for example, the editor told me every time that you need to speak about feelings. It's like, how do we that? Because usually I don't speak about feelings. My father is from Equatorial Guinea, so Africa. My mother is from Castilla, and in my house we have never said I love you. It's like, what is this?
I understand.
You understand?
Yes, I have this experience as
like,
well.
what is this? About feelings? How do you feel, daughter? It's like, never in my life. So I try to explain to the editor. It's like, no, it's because for being here, we have never spoke about feelings. Now the things have changed, and for me it's so good because the new generation, they do it, and it's very important. But for us, it was a way for keep it strong.
Yeah. What I'm hearing is that there's just a different level of vulnerability involved when you're getting the story from someone else. You know, if you were interviewing me right now, then I would be like, I don't know, what are we talking about? So it's a totally different level of vulnerability.
Of course.
And, you know, freedom of expression in words than if you're just asking someone about themselves. Whereas, okay, now I have to turn this around and kind of incorporate your own feelings and, you know, ideas into the work.
We grew up hide them, our feelings, you know.
How do you break through that in the process?
Well, I don't know, because I didn't want to do it, but the editor was like, but how do you feel in that moment? It's like, I don't know, maybe anger. So gratitude is like, okay, anger, no more. Okay, how can I do that? So for me, that's the reason, because I felt naked, you know?
Yeah.
So, and it's important to speak about that. You know, maybe if I have spoken when I was younger about that, in my maturity, I would be different, maybe. Well, sure, you know, but I didn't know how to do it, and it's not a very normal thing. I remember my brother, my younger brother, he had cancer 5 years ago, and I remember because all the family was there in the hospital, and it was like, okay, he has got cancer, and it was like, okay, Sebas, so sorry.
Yes.
And I tried to be a little bit emotional, and it was like, I love you, in my brother, what are you doing? It's like, okay, that's true.
Yes.
I know how to do it. You know, it's not easy for us, but we try to express our feelings in a different way. We were there, all of us, you know. We all the visit to the doctor, we were all of us with him, you know.
Yes.
And that's our way to do it. It's like, which is your favorite food? Okay, so you are going to have this food. But speaking about feelings, it's like, no.
Yes.
So that's the reason, because it was difficult, and also because the glass, techo de cristal, how is it? The
glass ceiling?
Maybe.
Keep going.
Okay. So it's like, it's very, very low for Black people here, because the society even don't recognize that we are here. So our expectative even less.
Oh yes, the ceiling.
So for us, it's like, I always say that our glass ceiling is so slow that we need to walk in that way every time.
Yes.
You know. So even if I was a very good student, blah blah, I always have fear. You know, it's like
this is how far you can go. This is the cap.
Yes, that's what people expect of us. Well, people, I think they don't expect nothing, because they don't recognize that we are here. So you can imagine.
Yes.
So we are here. Well, you don't have to say estar, but we are not only nosotros no solo somos, o nosotros no solo estamos, sino que también somos. We are. You don't have the two verbs, but so. Yeah, I did it, and after I always said that Hija Camino was a very long exhale, you know, like,
yes,
I did it. So after that, it's like, okay, I need to tell this history or story, and then after that, I can write different things, not about my life or my generation life, but different things. That's what I'm doing now. Or I try to do it. My third book, and I feel a little bit less louder. No, I feel lighter.
Yes.
Now.
It's like you've unlocked something. You've unlocked the next. I think that's the thing about art, and when you're going through your process and your journey in art, and it's I'm learning something as I'm expressing myself, which is why I think expression just in general, I think that I started acting and I started getting into art as a way to express myself, because in other ways in my life I wasn't able to. So looking at the stage and going, oh, I can be angry and sad, and you know, and it really kind of helps to heal in this way.
Yes. And I remember, for example, one friend, she's a white friend, and she told me, you are very funny, but when you write, you are very sad. What a pity. And I said, okay,
Wow.
because I have never had the spaces for being sad, you know.
Mm.
So, and you need that I am funny every time
Mm.
for you feel better,
Yes.
you know.
Right.
So sorry, but I need to be sad also, or to write sad.
Yes.
So
Because we're not here to entertain people.
yes,
24/7.
yes,
I mean,
yes.
if we're getting paid to entertain people, that's fine. But that's not our job.
Of course,
Mhm.
of course.
Mhm.
So even if sometimes we do it because we need to do it, you know, I need to be funny because I want to be funny, you know, because maybe for me it's easier to walk in that life, blah blah. But when I need to not be funny, what?
Yes.
You know, you need to feel not guilty.
Absolutely. There needs to be a space available for everyone, and especially as Black women,
Mhm.
right? Just being able to move through the world, not just as like someone who's entertaining you, someone who you think is funny, someone who you maybe think is talented, and all these great, wonderful, positive things,
Mhm.
but also the space for Black women to be vulnerable,
Of course.
to express themselves, to feel hurt, and to feel pain and sadness and anger, and to not be labeled as angry Black women, or like there needs to be space available for that for us as well.
Of course.
My question was kind of leading to what you're saying too about this series, where I know we can very often be very precious about our work sometimes, you know, and then you're like giving it to the world. And so, in just like handing over your work to this group of creatives, and I mean, how does that feel? And you know, how involved in the process are you working with the screenwriter? And
Mhm. At the beginning, we were a group of 5 person for Black person, for as a screen how is it? A scriptwriters room is the name,
yes,
and we have a lot of ideas. But now we've got a corrector because you know we weren't and we are not. People with experience.
yes,
So now there is people who is changing and improving the things that we are not how to write. You know,
Mhm.
we've got all the ideas, all the experiences. So that's what we did, and that's what we have done. And
yeah,
we were 5 person, and the director will be another Black person, Santiago Zano, which is the he's a director, he's not a scriptwriter, but he was in the process because we didn't have professional scriptwriters here because study cinema, the film studies are very expensive. And then there is this question also,
yes,
you know, to study this kind of studies are very expensive, and usually Black community, we don't have money to do it, or if we've got money, we don't know we don't have a circle of contacts
sure.
to go in the industry, the film industry.
Which is so important, because
course.
to be in the network is to already have so much, which is why this whole question's about nepotism and someone's father, or you know, all of to have the connections
That's it.
is the starting point for so many people's successful careers
Mhm.
in so many different industries.
Yes.
Especially in entertainment.
Especially.
Where like even if you just meet one person, they connect you to the next person. And
Yes.
but if you don't even know how to get in, then you're just like, what do I do? How do I get in? Where do I go?
So there are persons who have studied and they are doing very good things, but not in the professional circuit. You know, it's more like underground, and they are great, but it's not the same thing, you know?
Yes.
So it's very difficult. And well, now Santi Cano will be the director, and he is the only Black person who has won Goya, which is the more or less like Oscar, but in the Spanish film industry.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, so let's do it, but only with one professional person in all the team.
Yes.
So, and also, for example, with the actor, we don't have professional Black actor with more than 50 years old, it's not easy.
Yes.
It's like now we need to do, and people, there are a lot of good actor and actress, black actor and actress, but it's the same thing. They don't have the possibility of study in good schools. So it's like, okay, so our dati is not the same than white people who want to write.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, you've got the director, a script writer, you've got everything.
Yes,
we don't have it.
You're starting from a different point.
Of course, for example, old people who are actor, I don't know any person, and because maybe they wanted to do it, but if now it's difficult for a black actor and actress to get a job, a role, you can imagine 50 years ago.
Yes. Yeah.
But we are working.
You're doing it. You're getting there. You're getting there. The possibility and the opportunity to fail at something. The bar is so high for it to be this perfect, successful, and of course we want to do well, but the margin for error is so much smaller from our communities and from and different communities. We're not just talking about Spanish communities, talking about Black community, Equatorial Guinea community.
We've got always
coming from so many different areas.
Yes, we've got always the knife here. It's like, okay,
don't
move. So that's the reason, because I'm very fear. Because if we fail, what about the next?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you won't have the opportunity because I didn't do a good job.
Yes,
it's not fair.
And it's ridiculous because as artists, we should be able to create as we like and to put it out into the world, and who likes it, and who, but there's a story to receive here, which is important to you. So it must be, I think, kind of what we were saying earlier, important to a bunch of different people, and you should be able to have the resources to be able to share your message.
And it's important. This situation is the same in the school. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, if you are not the perfect student,
mm-hmm.
the system, the education system, they will think that you are the typical migrant people or black person, that, okay, we don't do a lot of efforts with them because they're going to
fail anyway.
Yes. So you need to be a super good student for you have the same opportunity that your colleagues,
mm-hmm.
your roommates. Sorry, your roommates, your classmates.
Sure.
So which is not fair again.
Yes.
It's like, okay, I was a very good student, and in the school was different because they don't have black person or migrant person, but then in the secondary school was different because they started to have more migrant or non-white students.
Mm-hmm.
So they had an idea.
Yes.
It's like, after my first test was like, okay, see, it's good. So you need to be always excellent.
Yes.
And this is very, very tired for us.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fair. It's like, okay, so I've got this in my body. It's like, okay, I need to be excellent, and I'm working every time. I don't have weekends.
Yes.
It's like I won't always because then I am almost 42.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, and now I am too old because we are very edatist, the ageist here.
Mm-hmm.
On the TV, you need to be always, if you're a woman, of course.
Oh yes, this is
you need to be always young
in the States too.
Always.
Yes, always.
So it's like, okay, when I finish, and here people who work on the TV, even if you are the superstar, okay, but if you are like me, like a normal person who work on the TV, we don't earn a lot of money, and it's a short career, professional career,
mm-hmm.
and suddenly it's like, when I will be 45.
Mm-hmm.
What am I doing?
Yes.
I don't know.
Right.
And it's like, okay, so I need to show that I'm not only a face on the TV, but I can shoot in, I can
you have to do a million different.
Yeah, I can edit, I can write.
6 arms.
Yes. So where is my my time to
mm-hmm.
enjoy, to sleep?
Yes.
To be with my family, for example, where
mm-hmm.
it's like, now I work from Monday to Friday to Saturday, and then Sunday is like, okay, then it is the activist
mm-hmm.
with my black friends. So it's like, when we will have time to do nothing.
Yes.
When?
Right. Yes. Figuring out what that balance is,
Yeah.
because nobody else is going to carve out the time.
I am
so
looking
that-
for the balance.
Yeah.
Where is it? Is there? Is there?
Oh, I'm always looking for it.
Yeah.
I have no idea. But yeah, trying to also, there's this amazing, I don't know if you've heard of it, the NAP ministry.
Yes.
And they're just like the radical, like, you know, just surviving is a revolution, but also rest is radical.
Yeah.
And being able to just say, actually, I'm just going to stop.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop.
I will do
Sit
it.
down.
I will do
Yeah.
it. Maybe when I will be 45, I don't have job, and then is the time of nap. Well, we will see. But it's not easy. You know it.
Yes.
You know it. But we are doing well.
Because we also want to be doing things that we love. So how to do that without running ourselves into the ground.
Yes.